How y'all doing today? My name's Ayn, and today's topic of discussion is going to be remember why you come to work each day. Remember why you come to work each day. This goes a long way in helping you to self-adjust your attitude to adversities that you're coming up on the job. When you're reminding yourself why you need to be there, why you need to be doing what you're doing. One of my past videos, I was talking about my mother, her working a telemarketing job, in which this was a large pill to swallow. And I kind of want to set up this situation of how her mindset had to change for the condition that the family was in. My mother, went to school, and she was an established speech pathologist, in which she had received her master's degree, and she was a single parent of 3, and we were a long way from home. We were in Florida at the time, and she had worked at this job a number of years. So she had lost the job, laid off, or whatever it may be, and to make ends meet, she had to do telemarketing. Now, for anybody who's ever done phone work, I've done a lot of call center work. It is very redundant. I've done collections. I've done a number of things. Call retention, financial services, things where you dispute. To me, no matter what you do, it still all ends up being the same. One thing I've never done is just flat out telemarketing, but I've heard that it can be, a drag. And she had to put all of this aside to do this job because she had 3 children, each, from each age group, from teenager to preteen to a toddler. So she went in and did this job every day, and I don't remember how long she had done this, but the comical part, which we can look back on and laugh now, and I'm sure even in talking with her, because we have brought it up, she gets laughs on how much she hated that job. And the day it would start out like this. If you were already at home and she got off work, she would come in, she would come through the door, like, "Oh, hey, mama." She'd come through the door, and it'd be, "Man, I hate that job. I hate this job." And it gotten to the point where we were just kind of like laughing at her, and she would partially have like, a laugh on her face, like, I'm serious, I hate that job. I hate it. Then she would go on into the room and, get ready to, come out and prepare dinner and whatnot. So life went on. And like I said, this went on for a long time. She just, really hated it. And one of the things that I was talking about in a previous video before the battery started out on the camera, I had to kind of cut the video short, was she didn't face any ridicule at the job from the supervisors or the managers. And by that, I'm meaning of her questioning her on her job performance or her attitude or having to be, checked, because she was just kind of like half-heartedly doing the job because she was doing what she had to do. She wasn't fired. When she left, it was her time to leave. She left when she needed to leave. So in saying that, it's not only an example to me, but it was an example that I wanted to share with you all too. She had to remind herself of each day why she was going into this job. And the reason for the background on the story, letting it be known that she was an established, professional, having a master's degree and whatnot. A lot of people, they have a hard time, swallowing the pill when they go to do things because they think things are beneath them. And it's, man, I went to school to do this, that, and the other. I spoke of that in one video when I said I was stocking corn. After me having a associate degree, I'm just like, man, I went to, do this, and it almost made me emotional to the point, it was emotional, and I had to keep doing what I'm doing. But it's a lot of people who have to swallow their pride and do things that they necessarily don't want to do. They push through, and they don't want to create further problems for themselves because they have a reason to be there. And sometimes it's easy to forget that. Not only is it easy to forget that, some people are in a situation where, you make the situation harder than what it is up for yourself, and then you just don't know, why things are just so miserable. So keep in mind, remember, no matter what job it is that you have, remember why you're there each day. Because I'm sure that was something that my mother had to do. And even though when she came home and she shared it with us, I mean, it wasn't going anywhere. That was her way of dealing with it. And then she didn't even make a big thing about it then. It was just something she would come through the door each day, and she would say how much she hated it, and she would just move on. So it wasn't like it was a 3-4 hour discussion of her talking about it all that day up until, or all that night or evening up until that next day of work. Or, getting on the phone and just wearing people down about it. She swallowed the pill and she did it. And, things worked out in the end down the road because she had to remember. And she did get back to what she was originally doing. So just food for thought, something that I wanted to share. Like I said, it's a lot of times we're doing things that we don't necessarily want to do. I have a lot of stories of me, myself, but that was a pretty comical one. I wanted to share with my mother because, like I said, witnesses, someone going through that, and like I said, my family pretty humorous, and it's humorous for me to reminisce up on that story. Like I said, I'm sure she gets a kick out of it too, because when you look at things from the past, it's good to be able to laugh at yourself. So until next time. Remember, each day while you're doing what you're doing, stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. Check out the link in the description box on the book that I've written, Kilimanjaro's The Arithmetic of Family Communication. You can get it in paperback or ebook copy. Okay, till next time, my name's Ayin. You have a good one.